All India Radio presents morning news. Good morning, I am VC Pramod and with me is Prashant Kumar Sinha. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to be on a 3-day visit to Gujarat from tomorrow. Union Home Minister Amit Shah chairs review meeting over Assam floods in Guwahati. CBI files charge sheet against Lalu Prasad, Rabdi Devi and 14 others in land for job scam. Election Commission seeks Uddhav Thackeray's response after Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde claims Shiva Sena symbol. Haryana State Election Commission announces schedule for Panchayat polls in 10 districts. Indian Air Force celebrates its Raising Day today. President Draupadi Murmu and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to attend flypast at Sukhna Lake in Chandigarh. RBI to soon commence pilot launch of e-rupee for specific use cases. Issues concept note. Malkhamb competitions begin at National Games. And in cricket, India to take on Bangladesh in Women's Asia Cup this afternoon. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a 3-day visit to Gujarat from tomorrow. During his visit, Mr. Modi will visit Mehsana, Bharuch, Anand, Jamnagar, Rajkot and Ahmedabad. On the first day of his visit, the Prime Minister will inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of development projects worth more than 2,890 crore rupees at the Mehsana in North Gujarat. These projects include the launch of the Sabarmati Jagudan Gauge Conversion Project at a cost of 511 crore rupees and the inauguration of the ONGC Nandasan Surface Facility. More from our correspondent.
Modhera village, which is known for its sun temple, will soon get the identity of country's first solar-powered village. During his visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will declare the Modhera as country's first village with 24/7 solar power. This ambitious project is a joint venture of Government of India and Government of Gujarat at the cost of 80 crore rupees. Under this program, solar rooftops have been set up in over 1,300 rural houses at iconic Modhera village, which has resulted in more than 60 to 100% reduction in power bills. PM will visit Modeshwari Goddess Temple and the world-famous Modhera Sun Temple, where he will inaugurate the solar-power-based 3D projection and heritage light and sound show. Aparna Khun, AR News, Ahmedabad.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the first phase of Sri Mahakaleshwar Temple Extension Project at Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh on October 11th. Mr. Modi will also address a public meeting in Ujjain. Mahakaleshwar Jyotirling in Ujjain is one of the 12 Jyotirlingas located in the country. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah emphasized that if Assam is to develop further and attract significant private investment, then protection from floods is a key requirement. The Home Minister stated that Assam must come up with a long-term plan which would provide protection from floods for decades to come and not to look at short-term measures alone. He said this while holding a meeting with Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma in Guwahati yesterday. Mr. Shah stressed that the Assam government should come up with a concrete action plan to protect and rejuvenate the wetlands in the state and increase their holding capacity so that they could also act as reservoirs during floods. Mr. Shah, along with BJP's National President JP Nadda, attended the Assam BJP's core committee meeting in presence of senior leaders of the state. Today, both leaders will inaugurate the new party office in Guwahati and also address a party rally at Khanapara in Guwahati. Later, Mr. Shah will attend a meeting of chief ministers and DGPs of northeastern states on measures being taken to contain the drug menace. More from our correspondent.
The visit of Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP's National President JP Nadda to Assam will boost the morale of the party workers. The party has swept all the elections in the state being held in the last couple of years. Today, they will inaugurate the party's new state office at Vasishtha Sariali in Guwahati. The state-of-the-art 6-storied Atal Bihari Vajpayee Bhavan has all the modern amenities including conference and meeting halls. They will also inaugurate nearly 100 local party offices across the state virtually. Both the leaders will address a rally of over 40,000 party workers at Khanapara in Guwahati. Later, the Home Minister will meet all the chief ministers and DGPs of Northeast on drugs trafficking and also review the works of Northeastern Space Application Center. Tomorrow, the Union Home Minister will address the Northeast Council session in Guwahati. Mr. Shah will also inaugurate a convention center and annual SP conference at Dergaon before wrapping up his 3-day visit. Manas Pratim Sharma, AR News, Guwahati.
The Central Bureau of Investigation has filed a charge sheet against RJD Chief Lalu Prasad, his wife Rabri Devi and 14 others in connection with Land for Job scam during Lalu's tenure as Railways Minister. In its charge sheet filed before a special court, the CBI also named Lalu's daughter Misa Bharti, former General Manager of Central Railways Soumya Raghavan, former CPO Railways Kamaldeep Mendrai, 7 aspirants appointed as substitutes and 4 private individuals. During investigation, it has been found that the accused in the conspiracy with the then GM Central Railways and CPO Central Railways engaged persons as substitutes in lieu of land either in their name or in the name of their close relatives. This land was acquired at prices lower than the prevailing circle rate and much lower than the market rate. It was also alleged that the candidates submitted false attested documents to the Ministry of Railways. According to CBI officials, prime properties in Patna were allegedly sold or gifted to family members of the RJD Supremo in return for railway jobs to their owners and their families.
Reserve Bank of India has released a concept note on central bank digital currency CBDC to create awareness about the digital rupee. It explains the objectives, choices, benefits and risks of issuing a digital currency in India. The concept note also discusses issues such as technology and design choices, possible uses of the digital rupee, issuance mechanisms and role of RBI in introduction of the CBDT. It also examines the implications of the introduction of digital currency on the banking system, monetary policy, financial stability and privacy. According to the release, RBI will soon commence launch of the digital rupee on pilot basis for specific use. Election Commission has asked former Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray to submit his response by 2 p.m. today in connection with the dispute between him and Chief Minister Eknath Shinde about the election symbol of the Shiv Sena party, the bow and arrow. The Shinde-led faction has submitted a memorandum seeking allocation of the symbol into it in view of by-election to the Andheri East Assembly constituency. In a letter, the Commission asked Mr. Thackeray to furnish his comments along with requisite documents by today. It said, in case no reply is received, the Commission will take appropriate action in the matter accordingly.
Today is Indian Air Force Day. The Indian Air Force was raised on the 8th of October in 1932 and it is completing 90 years today. This time, Air Force Day flypast is scheduled to take place over Sukhna Lake in Chandigarh. this afternoon. In a historic first, the parade and fly past of Air Force Day have been moved out of the National Capital Region by the Indian Air Force. President Draupadi Murmu and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will be present on the occasion. As per information, this time 75 aircraft will participate in the flypast, while 9 aircraft will be kept on standby mode. The Light Combat Helicopters LCH, which were recently inducted into the IAF, will also showcase their air capabilities in the sky at Sukhna Lake. Tejas, Sukhoi, MiG-29, Jaguar, Rafale and Hawk aircraft will also be part of the flypast. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has greeted the Indian Air Force air warriors and their families on the Indian Air Force Day. In a tweet today, Mr. Rajnath Singh said the IAF is known for its valour, excellence, performance and professionalism. He said India is proud of its men and women in blue. In the first phase, Haryana State Election Commission has announced the poll schedule for all 3 tiers of Panchayati Raj institutions in 10 districts. These districts are Bhiwani, Fatehabad, Jhajjar, Jind, Kaithal, Mahendragarh, Nuh, Panchkula, Panipat and Yamunanagar. The Zilla Parishad and Panchayat Samiti elections will be conducted on the 30th of October, while the Panchayat polling will be held on the 2nd of November. Polling time will be from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. With this, the Model Code of Conduct has come into force in these 10 districts. Filing of nomination papers for the first phase will be from the 14th of October to the 19th of October. Announcing polls at Panchkula, State Election Commissioner Dhanpat Singh said that the poll schedule for the remaining 12 districts would be announced later. He said that 33,500 electronic voting machines, EVMs, have been supplied to the concerned districts and separate EVMs will be used for each post.
In Maharashtra, 11 people were killed and 21 injured in Nasik after the bus in which they were travelling collided with the tanker on the Mumbai-Aurangabad highway during the wee hours today. Nasik District Collector Gangataran said that the private luxury bus, which was coming from Yavatmal and heading to Mumbai, turned into a massive fireball after hitting the tanker. In order to save their lives, some passengers tried to jump from the bus. However, some passengers who got trapped inside the bus were killed due to the inferno. Soon after the incident was reported, 5 brigade officials were rushed to the spot and they doused the flame. Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for crores of people across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with a series Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani Ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio.
The first Tamil silent film, Keechakavadam, was made by R. Nataraja Mudaliar in 1918. In 1931, within 7 months after Alamara's release, Kalidas, a Tamil talkie, directed by H.M. Reddy, was released. Madras, now Chennai, became the film capital of South Indian films and secondary hub for Hindi films as well as Sri Lankan cinema. Dravidian movement leader C.N. Annadurai wrote Velaikari in 1949 and Or Iruva in 1951. M. Karunanidhi penned blockbuster Parasakti in 1952 and introduced Shivaji Ganeshan, one of the greatest actors of the country.
நிச்சயமாக இல்லை. கோவிலிலே குழப்பம் விளைவித்தேன். கோவில் கூடாது என்பதற்காக அல்ல. கோவில் கொடியவரின் கூடாரமாய் இருக்க கூடாது என்பதற்காக. பூசாரியை தாக்கினேன். அவன் பக்தன் என்பதற்காக அல்ல. பக்தி பகல் வேஷமாய் ஆகிவிட்டதை கண்டிப்பதற்காக. உனக்கேன் இவ்வளவு அக்கறை? உலகத்தில் யாருக்கும் இல்லாத அக்கறை என்று கேட்பீர்கள். நானே பாதிக்கப்பட்டேன். நேரடியாக பாதிக்கப்பட்டேன். சுயநலம் என்பீர்கள். என் சுயநலத்திலே பொதுநலமும் கலந்திருக்கிறது.
After these 3 films, the Tamil industry went for a revolutionary change and set the tone for political upheaval. M.G. Ramachandran, who emerged as the swashbuckling hero, became a superstar representing the core Tamil values and culture. The political impact of the films was so much that resulted in seeing 5 chief ministers from the film industry such as C.N. Annadurai, M. Karunanidhi, M.G. Ramachandran, V.N. Janaki and J. Jayalalitha.
Veda Vihara Jeeveshwara Shankara Nada Sharira Para Veda Vihara Jeeveshwara Shankara.
Directors like Krishnan Panju, A. Bhim Singh, B.R. Pantulu, Sridhar, K. Balachandar, J. Mahendran, Bharati Raja, Balu Mahendra, Mani Ratnam and Shankar took Tamil films to creative zenith. Actors like Gemini Ganeshan, Jay Shankar, Ravi Chandran, Kamala Hassan, Rajnikant, Vijay-Kant, Satyaraj, Karthik, Vijay and Ajit became torchbearers of the Tamil film industry. Great composers like G. Ramanathan, Subbaiah Naidu, K.V. Mahadevan, M.S. Vishwanathan, musical programs like Ten Kirnam, Ungal Virupam and soundtrack program Oli Chitram helped Tamil cinema immensely. Over the last quarter of the 20th century, Tamil films are theatrically released in Singapore, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Japan, the Middle East, parts of Africa, Oceania, Europe, North America and other countries. In tomorrow's episode, we will bring you the story of Kannada and Malayalam films.
Azad Bharat Ki Baat Akashwani ke saath can be accessed on @AIR News Alerts on Twitter, News on AIR official YouTube channel, News on AIR app, Facebook and Instagram handles. So tune into All India Radio News for Azad Bharat Ki Baat Akashwani ke saath.
And now a reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to be on a 3-day visit to Gujarat from tomorrow. Union Home Minister Amit Shah chairs review meeting over Assam floods in Guwahati. CBI files charge sheet against Lalu Prasad, Rabri Devi and 14 others in land for job scam. Election Commission seeks Uddhav Thackeray's response after Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde claims Shiv Sena symbol. Haryana State Election Commission announces schedule for Panchayat polls in 10 districts. Indian Air Force celebrates its Raising Day today. President Draupadi Murmu and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to attend flypast at Sukhna Lake in Chandigarh. RBI to soon commence pilot launch of e-rupee for specific use cases, issues concept note. Malkhambh competitions begin at National Games, and in cricket, India to take on Bangladesh in Women's Asia Cup this afternoon. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
Indian Railways has adopted an integrated approach for a green environment and plan to gradually reduce its carbon footprints to become net zero carbon emitter by 2030. Ministry of Railways in a statement said that it will attempt to reduce its carbon footprints primarily through shifting its energy requirements to renewable energy source. Other strategies include taking a multi-pronged approach of electrification of its routes, shifting from diesel to electric traction, promoting energy efficiency and constructing dedicated freight corridors. This is in line with Government of India's target of 33% emissions intensity reduction, with transport being one of the key sectors with substantial mitigation potential. Union Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare Dr. Bharati Praveen Pawar said that India has successfully electrified 95% of district hospitals and around 90% of sub-divisional hospitals with a 3-phase power supply. She said cumulatively almost 75% of the health centers in the country have been electrified with a cumulative solar capacity of 3.5 megawatt. Addressing the second meeting of the high-level coalition on health and energy yesterday virtually, Dr. Pawar highlighted the Government of India's vision of attaining 450 gigawatt of renewable energy generation by 2030.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has informed that auction of the PM Mementos 2022 has been extended till the 12th of this month. Responding to a tweet by the Ministry of Culture, the Prime Minister tweeted that this is among the many special gifts he has received over the years. Respecting people's wishes, the auction of the mementos has been extended till the 12th of this month. He urged people to take part in the auction. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed happiness over the arrival of a record number of tourists in Jammu and Kashmir. Responding to a tweet by the Directorate of Information of Jammu and Kashmir, the Prime Minister complimented the people of Jammu and Kashmir for their warmth and hospitality. According to the Directorate of Information of Jammu and Kashmir, around 1 crore 62 lakh tourists have visited Jammu and Kashmir this year.
In a joint operation with the Indian Navy, the Narcotics Control Bureau intercepted an Iranian fishing vessel off the coast of Kochi and seized 200 kilograms of Afghan origin heroin, worth about 1,200 crore rupees in the international market. 6 crew members of the boat, all Iranian nationals, have been taken into custody and are being interrogated. Addressing a press conference in Kochi last night, the NCB Deputy Director General Operations Sanjay Kumar Singh said that the seized heroin was found in 200 packets which had the markings and packaging specialities unique to Afghan and Pakistan-based drug cartels. The drug was sourced from Afghanistan, transported to Pakistan and loaded into the seized Iranian vessel Mitsi off the Pakistan coast. He said the network of Pakistan-based drug kingpin Haji Salim was used in transporting the drug. The consignment was to be delivered further to a Sri Lankan vessel which couldn't be traced. He said although the drug was meant for Sri Lanka, a part of it would have reached Indian shores. Mr. Singh noted that trafficking of Afghan heroin into India through Arabian Sea and the Indian Ocean has exponentially increased over the last few years.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has said that the spirit of mutual cooperation is the foundation of success of G20. Addressing the closing ceremony of the 8th Summit of Speakers of G20 Parliaments P20 in Jakarta, Indonesia, Mr. Birla said India believes that global prosperity, economic opportunities and challenges are interlinked subjects. He opined that the parliaments of the G20 member countries should collectively contribute to the strengthening of parliamentary and community participation mechanisms and governance, taking into account shared visions and their concerns. This year's Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to human rights advocate Els Bialyatsky from Belarus, the Russian Human Rights Organization Memorial and the Ukrainian Human Rights Organization Center for Civil Liberties. Chairperson of the Norwegian Nobel Committee in Oslo, Berit Riis-Andersen, announced the name of the winners. We have a report on one of the awardees, Els Bialyatsky.
Born on September 25, 1962 in Vyartsilya, Russia's Karelia, Bialyatsky was a resident of Belarus at the time of the award. Bialyatsky was one of the initiators of the democratic movement that emerged in Belarus in the mid-1980s. He has devoted his life to promoting democracy and peaceful development in his home country. He founded the organization Vyasna, or the Spring, in 1996. Vyasna evolved into a broad-based human rights organization that documented and protested against the authorities' use of torture against political prisoners. Government authorities have repeatedly sought to silence Els Bialyatsky. Since 2020, he is still detained without trial. Despite tremendous personal hardship, Mr. Bialyatsky has not yielded an inch in his fight for human rights and democracy in Belarus. Anuja Kumar for AIR News.
In the Women's T20 Asia Cup, India will take on Bangladesh at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium in Bangladesh. The match will begin at 1:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Yesterday, Pakistan women came up with a spirited show with both bat and ball as they beat India by 13 runs at Sylhet. Earlier, Pakistan won the toss and opted to bat. Pakistan set the target of 138 runs as they scored 137 for 6 in the stipulated 20 overs. In response, India were all out for 124 runs in 19.4 overs. Despite the loss, India with 6 points and better net run rate sit comfortably on the top of the points table and will look to strengthen their lead against Bangladesh today. Bangladesh with 4 points are third behind Pakistan with 6 points. A win will ensure them the second spot as they have a better net run rate. Indian indigenous sport Mallakhambh began at the 36th National Games yesterday. Mallakhambh is the display of aerial yoga and wrestling grips with vertical stationary or hanging wooden pole performed by a gymnast. This is one of the 5 new sports to be played at the National Games this year. The sport made its debut at the Khelo India University Games earlier this year, where Madhya Pradesh bagged 12 medals, including 5 gold, 5 silver and 2 bronze. In other events yesterday, Maharashtra won gold in the women's diving 1-meter springboard event. In women's hockey, Haryana advanced to the semi-finals, defeating Karnataka by 6-0. In men's football, Karnataka lost to West Bengal by 1-3. However, both teams have entered the semi-finals. In women's hockey, Jharkhand won over Uttar Pradesh with a score of 6-1. In swimming, Olympian Srihari Nataraj of Karnataka set a new National Games record in the 100-meter backstroke event by clocking 55.8 seconds. Neena Venkatesh of Karnataka also made a new record by clocking 28.38 seconds in the 50-meter women's butterfly event. So far, Services is dominating the medals tally with 96 medals, including 41 gold, 29 silver and 29 bronze, followed by Haryana with 72 medals, including 29 gold, 23 silver and 20 bronze. Maharashtra is at third position with 93 medals, including 24 gold, 24 silver and 45 bronze.
Ladakh Lieutenant Governor R.K. Mathur will inaugurate the second LG Cup Horse Polo Tournament at International Horse Polo Stadium in Dras this morning. Teams from both Ladakh as well as J&K Union Territory are expected to participate in the tournament. This tournament is an initiative to support the revival of horse polo in Ladakh, which will help in turning Dras into a hub of sporting activity. The tournament is also becoming an annual event to attract tourists and polo lovers from all over the world to Ladakh, which will help in boosting the tourism activities. Dras has more than 1,000 horses, which was revived by the Polo Promotion Committee Dras after the famous Kargil War in 1999, which has affected a lot on the population of livestock also.
Now let's take a look at the weather forecast across the country today. National capital Delhi will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature was 20 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 25 degrees. Mumbai will have thunderstorm with rain. The minimum temperature was 25 degrees Celsius and the maximum will hover around 30 degrees. Kolkata will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. The minimum temperature was 27 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 33 degrees. Chennai will have thunderstorm with rain. The minimum temperature was 25 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 31 degrees. Srinagar and Jammu will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature in Srinagar was 9 degrees Celsius. Maximum will be around 28 degrees.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Mostly all papers have carried the story of the Nobel Prize for rights activists in Russia, Belarus and Ukraine. This paper adds that jailed Belarusian activist Els Bialyatsky, Russian Rights Group Memorial and Ukraine's Center for Civil Liberties have won the 2022 Nobel Peace Prize. RBI sets the stage for launch of Digital Rupee is the headline in the Hindustan Times. RBI proposes Digital Rupee with offline link, says the Times of India. RBI unveils feature of e-Rupee to soon launch pilot is the lead in the Business Standard. Most papers have also covered the story of a major controversy being erupted over the presence of Delhi Minister and AAP MLA from Simapuri, Rajendra Pal Gautam, at a mass conversion event where thousands of people converted to Buddhism. And finally, the Met Department forecasts a wet weekend in Delhi, predicting heavier showers and lower temperatures on Sunday.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to be on a 3-day visit to Gujarat from tomorrow. Union Home Minister Amit Shah chairs review meeting over Assam floods in Guwahati. CBI files charge sheet against Lalu Prasad, Rabri Devi and 14 others in land for job scam. Election Commission seeks Uddhav Thackeray's response after Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde claims Shiva Sena symbol. Haryana State Election Commission announces schedule for Panchayat polls in 10 districts. Indian Air Force celebrates its Raising Day today. President Draupadi Murmu and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to attend fly-past at Sukhna Lake in Chandigarh. RBI to soon commence pilot launch of e-rupee for specific use cases. Issues concept note. Malkhamb competitions begin at National Games. And in cricket, India to take on Bangladesh in Women's Asia Cup this afternoon. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.